name is Sheila Pacholski, and I co-chair the Helping Hands Committee with Jerry LaRoche. My history with St. Francis began about the third Mass that we had over at the St. Walgreens location. It was early in 1991, and we had left our prior parish in the city closed, and we were out basically church shopping, and I was pregnant with my youngest son, and I knew we had to have the baby baptized somewhere, so I was looking for a place to land and a place for us to become part of a community. I walked into St. Francis alone for Mass, and by the end of the Mass, I went home and said to my husband, John, I found it. I found the place for us. And he said, don't sign up till I go. I want to check it out too, which we did after that, and we became parishioners immediately. On that first visit to St. Francis, I spoke with Father Upton. I wanted to get a feel for the priests in the parish. And he talked about a committee that was being formed, which was the Long Range Planning Committee. And I thought, a church has a Long Range Planning Committee? That's for me. So on that committee I went. We came from a place that had rented space, so I didn't really feel a building was necessary. I wanted the community, and that's what I was drawn to at St. Francis initially. But before you know it, I was on the building committee, and it became part and parcel of my life for several years. I was traveling around looking at different bricks to see what would be good for us. I was the pew lady. I learned all kinds of things about pews and their prices and how they're installed and what different colors are and what the woods are. All sorts of things became new to me, and I was able to share and learn and grow because of that. Further down the line, I was on the committee for the St. Francis Center, for our Religious Ed Center, and that was interesting. I wanted to be part of that because I was part of this church building. And I asked our liturgical consultant, well, where in the U.S. can we go to look at a building like this one so that we could get a feel for what it was to be like? His answer was, there is none. This is the first one in the U.S., the first religious ed building to have classrooms and a children's chapel and a meeting space below with some AV equipment. And how exciting was that to me, to be on the ground floor of religious education in that way. So my son was born, and my oldest son was starting religious ed, so that drew me to be a catechist. I was in third grade for 10 years. Then I went to 7th and 8th grade and did preparation for confirmation and stayed with my boys through school. After they graduated 8th grade, went on to high school and college, my focus in ministries changed a bit. I began to think, what could I, as a mother and a wife in the suburbs of Chicago, do to do good, to initiate change? Can I make a difference in who I am and in my station in life? And so that drew me to other ministries. Here at St. Francis, I became active in the Catholic Charities Committee. I began working with the Christmas Project and providing some Christmas for children who were less fortunate. I worked on book collections for them. I considered that kind of my own literacy project. I've worked on the blue bags that go down to the homeless. And through the Helping Hands Committee, I have really taken on a mission to feed the hungry of Chicagoland. And I've worked on our, at food pantries and here at our food collections, and it's really been a good thing for me and for my family, and I think my husband and I set a really good example for our sons, so that as they go forward into adulthood, they understand that you need to do things for other people, and some of the basic needs like food need to be met by those of us who are more fortunate. I crochet. I'm part of shawls and scarves. Our scarves go down to the needy. At Catholic Charities, the shawls are part of our shawl ministry, and these are things that give warmth and peace to those in need, and that's very fulfilling for me. Ministries change with the needs and times, and I look forward to continued membership at St. Francis and growing in my ministries. Also in my ministries, I'm a lector and a Eucharistic minister. Lecturing, I feel, is extremely important, especially for a woman. Early on in my prior parish, I was one of the first women who were authorized to lecture in the Archdiocese of Chicago. Back then, it was a new thing. So as I came here to St. Francis, it was a natural transition for me to want to do it here. So I've been lecturing ever since, and I'll see that on into the future. I want to encourage everyone who would just like to try something, needs to, fulfill a little piece of themselves by helping others, or just spending some time with us who have done many things. We're happy to share that experience with you and take you along life's path with us. Thanks.